everybody, it's MxRheyRhey. Welcome to my channel, and today I want to talk about how expectedly my 2021 did not go as expected. For those of you who have seen my previous videos, I am in the same studio space that I said I wasn't going to be in. Without really getting into detail, 2021 exploded right in my face. Through every fault of my own, I ended up not moving to Texas like I said I was going to. I still plan on moving to Texas. It's just going to take me a little longer. And in order to do that, I am going to need to step back from this channel just a little bit. I'm going to be setting this aside. It's not going to be my main priority, but I still want to be able to do this. This was really cathartic for me. I liked painting for you guys. I liked being on the internet in this form and fashion. So with me not wanting to give that up, I have decided to make some changes in this channel. My goals for 2022. Let's say I'm at my best this year. This year was a challenge, but I was up to it and I got all 3 goals done. Those 3 goals would be moving to Texas, being more consistent with my art, and 3, actually having this channel grow. Even if it doesn't, this channel means so much to me. It means self-expression. It is a way to see if I am alone in some of my crazy thoughts out there. It's a bit cathartic for me. I think that is what I need to make 2022 be. I need it to be the year of catharsis. Before I go chasing dreams, I need to make sure I have a good foundation and stability. So for that reason alone, I have decided to reformat this channel in a semi-different direction. I want it to still be about art, but I have sort of been neglecting different forms of art that I have loved to do even since I was a child. I want to get back into telling stories. When I was growing up, I never thought I could paint or draw or anything like that, like most people do. And honestly, I couldn't get these images or pictures out of my head, even though I told myself I couldn't draw. And so how I remedied that is I would start to write. I would write stories about how I was feeling, about little silly dogs, like anything. I would write all of these shorter stories to like semi-novelizations, novellas. What are those things called? Those like shorter than novels, but bigger than short stories. I wouldn't say I was the best, but like when it's a hobby, I made it for myself mostly, those stories, but it was really fun. And then adulthood happened and I stopped writing and I wanted to get back into it. That's sort of what I was doing during my hiatus. By the way, I still went to Texas during my time off. I was just using it to spend time with my boo and like figuring out my priorities and our future together and all of that. So this is me post-planning, ready to move forward with this idea. What I'm going to do with this channel is I'm going to start making stories again. I like short stories. They can be about anything. They're not always going to connect. And what I will do is I will tell you these stories. I will paint out illustrations of these stories for you guys while I am even telling these stories in the first place. I feel like it's really going to be very fun. It's going to be a nice challenge for me. It's going to help me figure out, not necessarily my style, that's not my goal, but it's going to help me make a more consistent effort into how I want my paintings and my stories and like anything that I put together as a media project like out there. It's going to help me figure out really how well I work within an artistic viewpoint. My goal overall is 2 stories a month at my best. Granted, I am never always at my best. So 1 to 2 stories a month with these nice little illustrations is my goal. These stories will vary wildly from fantasy to realism, from mermaids to little dogs, and yes, I will probably talk about my Altruni characters every once in a while in my world. But like I said, like not all of these are going to combine into one universe and world and everything. I just want to be able to have a space for myself where I can be creative and I can explore ideas and I can put it all together and like make something I am proud of. As I say that, when I came home, it was very hard for me to even want to pick up a brush and paint again. I just felt like my world had flipped upside down from being in Texas for like 2.5 months really to being back here, and it felt different and it was just the biggest artist block. So what I would do or what I did in these last couple of weeks is I decided I'm not going to do a big project. I am going to take one small piece of paper and do whatever I want on that piece of paper. What you're probably only seeing is the oil pastel because that was the only one that like I fully finished. I just needed to do something spontaneous and not thought of and can be done within 10 minutes just to like help me get back into being creative, like having my arm do those motions again. And I really think it helped with my creative block. And so after this video, I can't guarantee that I will have a video out next week. I do actually still owe you guys one story from Altruni, and I actually was working on a short story during my hiatus that I could finish up and do for you guys. So that's 2 half stories that I still need to get done for you guys, already on the list in the queue. I really can't wait to get back into this YouTube life. Obviously, it's going to be a little different. I really hope to put in more quality this time around, since I actually have a format and like a guide of how I'm going to be doing these videos. If you would like to stick around, if this sounds intriguing to you, or if you have any suggestions of what else I could do for the rest of this year, please do let me know down in the comments below. Like and share this video if you would like, subscribe if you like my vibe, and I will see all of you next time. I cannot wait for the rest of this year. Hey, I'm just popping back in here at the end one last time to let you guys know my Etsy shop will be opening back up on the 15th. I sell handmade artisan watercolor paper and anything else that I am very proud of that I made artfully. But if that is not your shtick, then I also have a coffee page where any donation will get you a lovely digital wallpaper. And also I just post my day-to-day art things up there, so if you wanted to check it out, I would super appreciate that.